Hey everyone, Cherie here. Thank you for joining me for days 3 and 4 in my December album. You may have watched my previous video where I did do this day 3 card. However, I'm not happy with it. I'm going to change it because this photo here is going to be a full-size photo for day 4. And once it's in my album, you'll be able to see all of this underneath that page protector. So when it's in the album, it'll be like this, which I didn't really want. I didn't really want that to look like that in my album. So what I've decided to do, and I've already pulled my number off of that, is I've pulled out this piece here. This is from the cardstock dividers pack from the Coco Kit, and it does have that solid piece down that side there. So that's going to cover up the plant that's going on my day 4, so that solves that problem. So I'm going to redo day 3 on that one, and then on the reverse of that will be my journaling for day 4. So this plant here is actually called a Christmas bush, and it's from a state next to our state, but it reminds me of my Nana, and she always had this in her house at Christmas time. So I actually bought myself one this year, and it's just such a beautiful plant, and every time I look at it, it just reminds me of my Nana, who she actually passed away when I was back at 15 years old, I think. So it's been a very long time, but I just love the fact that I now have this. Every Christmas it's going to remind me of her. So that's going in my day 4. Since I did my days 1 to 3 video, I have actually added in my December calendar, and there is a video for that on my channel as well. This was more pages that were included in the cardstock dividers pack with the Coco Kit. So I'll be filling this one out as the month goes on, just adding in little snippets that I want to remember in each of those days. So that's my calendar. We've got day 1 there with our Christmas tree. There's day 2, and now I'm going to redo day 3 and then add in day 4. So I'll pop you on fast forward and show you what I've got planned for those. Okay, so I have a piece of plaid paper from the Felicity Jane Coco Kit. I'm just adding that to the very bottom of this cardstock divider page. And I'm also going to add stitching to that. So I'm just grabbing my sewing machine, stitched around the edge and across the middle, and I've also stitched around the edge of my journaling piece as well. I'm just going to re-punch those holes that have now been covered up with that pattern paper. So just working my way along those. Okay, so now I can start decorating this page. So I've got my photo to go on the very bottom of the page. So I do already have some twine tied around the bottom of that, just for a little bit of extra texture there. Just being careful not to cover up these holes. When I put this photo on, it does cover the holes, and you'll see a bit later on I do adjust it so that it's not covering those holes. I didn't want to punch any holes into my photo. The journaling I've just tucked in behind the very top edge of that photo, and the top of that journaling is just loose, just to add a little bit of dimension, so it's sitting up off the page a little bit. The number has been adhered to the top, just adding a puffy sticker from the Coco Kit and a gold star, and I've chosen this gold ribbon out of my stash that I will add to the top of this little tag page once I've finished the other side. So I've chosen some red paper from the Crepe Paper Hey Santa collection. I really needed a red that would tie in with the colours in my large photo page, so I thought that was the perfect fit for that. I've just added a vellum pocket to the front of that red piece when I've used my sewing machine to stitch around the edge, and now I'm just adhering that to the back of that number 3 page. Just trimming off any excess off the sides using my scissors. For my vellum pocket, all I did was add a piece of vellum and cut the very top at an angle just to look a little bit different there. So I'm going to re-punch the holes down the side of that page now that I've covered them up with that red paper, and I also punched the hole at the very top as well. So to go around that hole at the top, I've got the reinforcer die from the Shea Tag Builder metal die set that's available at Felicity Jane, and I've used some silhouette glitter vinyl for that, which is great because it has its own adhesive on the back, and I can just stick that straight onto the hole of that tag. So my journaling is just going to slip into that little vellum pocket, and I have stitched around the edge of that as well. To the top of that journaling, I'm just adding this little tab. That's an Ellie Edwards product that was available this year, and this one just says love. And I'm also going to add a staple to that as well, just to make sure that that doesn't come off. Alright, I'm going to now add that ribbon into the hole at the top of the page, and to secure that, instead of just using a staple, I'm going to tie a little piece of white twine around that, and that will just add a little bit more texture to the top of this little page here. So just trim off those ends, and that is done. Okay, so now I'm going to decorate the front of my vellum pocket. I've got that felt number 4 from Ali Edwards, and to secure that, I'm going to use this extra strong double-sided tape. Some people call this red line tape or wonder tape, but it's the perfect thing for this. It's going to keep it nice and secure. So I'm just making sure I don't put that tape too high up. I don't want it to be sticking onto my journaling. I've also got this little charm, which is also from crepe paper, going into the center of that number 4. I've added a little piece of twine to the top of that, using that same strong tape on the back to secure it to that felt. Just going in the center there, and then I'm just going to add this little puffy holly sticker also from that Hey Santa collection, just to add a little bit of green to this side of the page. Okay, I'm going to stick that one down now. Just get rid of those backing pieces. And I had to be careful not to cover up the holes there with the number 4, and it does hang off that left side just a little bit, so I'm just going to trim that off with my scissors. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to just add a couple of little things to my large photo. Both of these pieces were from the Paislee Press mini kit available at Ali Edwards. And I love this little fabric sticker that says love and joy. So that's going on the center, and I'm just going to add this tiny red felt heart just above that. I really wanted the photo to be the center of attention for this spread. Okay, just to finish it off, I'm going to add a little touch of gold with some confetti stars out of my stash. I've got a larger one going onto the number 4 and just a little one to go on the side of that felt heart. So I'm going to adhere those on with a couple of glue dots. So I'm just going to tuck it under the edge of that charm on the number 4. And then I'll also add one just to the side of that little felt heart. Alright, so that is done. I can go ahead now and punch the holes down the side of that large photo so that I can put it into my album. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll give you a closer look at the little details here. You can see the stitching around the journaling there. There's that puffy sticker at the bottom with that gold star and that twine around the bottom of the photo. On the back here you can see the ribbon at the top. There's my journaling with that little tab at the top, and that felt number 4. Absolutely love that number. Okay, so the photo, give you a closer look at that as well, with those cute little pieces right in the center there. And now I can add that into my album. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I put these pages together today. I'll be bringing you my day number 5 very soon, so I hope you'll join me for that as well. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you then as soon as I've got that done, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.